I saw the blast cone, and I saw the items, which everyone's like talking about.
Oh, the QSS against, that was crazy.
Yeah, that was crazy.
I feel like if I was you guys, I would have told the damn team. It's too pathetic, no?
It was crazy.
Do you want to win against someone?
But I didn't want them to sell it. Like,
it was kind of close, right? So you were like sweating a bit?
And on top of that, both of these champs that bought QSSs, they like hard beat Mordekaiser in the ult.
Hello and welcome to the latest episode of Pros. I'm happy to be joined by Zven, Inspired, and Yeon. Thank you all for taking the time today. We are going to start with the series that we just saw. So I guess I'll go to you first, Yeon, just for thoughts about your performance against C9 today.
Yeah, it was a bit of a cringe game, but at least it's a dream.
Still loser bracket, right? I mean, it's not like...
Yeah, I mean, if we lose when I wake up, it is what it is.
I can say what he can't. His mid jungle was trolling every game today.
Yeah, but
I mean, he can't say it, obviously, right? So don't worry, bro. I'll take care of it.
It's a bad nightmare. When I wake up,
Nocturnal.
when I wake up, it's gonna be all good.
Nice.
That's how I felt last week against after we played FlyQuest.
I mean, those games like that like always happen at some point. Like at some point you lose a game, I'm like, oh.
But honestly, like against Fly, like our first game was really winnable, I think. Remember the Drake fight we had?
Yeah.
I thought that game was we would win that fight.
Yeah, I thought so
And he
too.
had no flash.
It started...
And Jin had like 1,500 golden base. So I was like, let's just go fight, guys. And then...
When we were posturing, I thought, oh shit, it's not looking good.
Yeah, you were like, you were sweating too, no? Unless I had eclipse.
It was not looking good.
And I was like, this is gonna be a win for us, no? And he stunned Alistar with no flash.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh,
and
it's over.
And it didn't get focused at all.
Yeah, and then
Is that where you guys got completely aced?
Yeah, we like
Nice.
4 people used every single ability we had on Rumble. I think we could use just
I think that's like a funny part about like LTA. Like the fight happens and you don't really know who's gonna win until it's over. You can't really predict who's gonna win. Like,
but I thought that was a winnable fight for us.
Yeah.
So we're like, whatever. Anyways.
I'm going to bring it back to this week. How did you guys feel about your performance today?
I didn't play so well today, I think. I mean, the first game was bad because I lost 3 melees level 1 to defend my jungler. Which is, I think it's worth, generally speaking, but sucks for lane. But I was down so much CS in every game, I don't know what happened. I'm just like, I mean, we played poorly around objectives. Like in the Vars game, I was giving waves to be there first, and then we like lost the fight because we can't flash on Loki or something. And I just find myself down like a lot of CS every game. Not sure what was going wrong for me today, but I was not playing that well. And we lost lane to Smolder in game 2. Isn't super ideal, one could say.
Yeah, that would be the big game.
Yeah. But my team was just better in mid game, especially mid jungle was just playing better than theirs. I think our drafts were also okay, generally speaking, given like what the teams play. So I felt comfortable in mid game, even if not doing too well.
Inspired, we kind of already heard your thoughts on broadcast, but
yeah, I mean, it felt like Team Liquid had decent comps where they could have just scaled, like especially in that game 2, as we talked about. Like Smolder had a good laning phase, could have scaled and then be strong in team fights, but I don't know. Seemed like the Team Liquid didn't want to give up any Drake. And like they had early Drake with Smolder comp.
Yeah.
Second Drake spawns, and then we have Alistar level 6, Carter with double Giant's Belt and Flash ult. Like you just don't fight them because they're just too tanky. Like at that point, Smolder doesn't really do any burst. He can't really poke. He can't walk up first. You can't really like force a team fight. I think that's the point where you need to make Alistar flash into you in order to force a fight, not like walk into him that he can just combo you, use his ult and tank everyone for 7 seconds. So I think it was just a bit too hasty by Team Liquid.
What? It was good for me. I got some stacks. What do you want me to say? I got some stacks.
That's like your cue, you know?
Oh.
I got some stacks. What do you want me to say? It was good for me.
Yeah. I mean, we thought the same thing. Like, I think Vulcan said like they can't do damage at this point of the game.
Yeah.
Since I can't do 1 damage, like I think like Instar's gonna ulted and 1 shot, or Smolder has like damage but not enough to kill Alistar and stuff.
Yeah.
So we're like, we should just fight. I think that game, losing at 1 dragon early game was pretty disastrous.
Yeah.
Against Smolder, because if you lose 1 dragon, he will have the 3rd upgrade by like the 3rd or 4th dragon.
Yeah.
So it's pretty bad. I think the biggest problem is just like losing lane to Smolder is like, it's too bad.
Smolder's not that weak.
No, it's not weak, but I think if you're like losing Prio to the point where he can base first and like...
His problem is just wave control.
Yeah, I have to run top blindly in that game because you have Prio. And obviously you guys are going to be there, right? But it was bad. that happened. I think.
Yeah, and then game 3, I feel like just mid gap. I'm thinking mid jungle gap was in game 3. I feel like Nocturne Nico should like have so much control against blind
Yeah.
Tristana Maokai, but Nico started E,
Yeah.
and then
But Tristana started W too.
yeah, but
It's
that's
probably better for
that's like
Tristana than
way better.
Tristana.
than
Tristana usually starts E as
Yeah.
well. Like it's pretty normal. Or sorry,
W,
W.
yeah,
Sorry,
you
she
can
starts
start
W
W on
normally, I think.
Tristana, and
You
then
do?
like
Yeah, in lanes they just jump on level 1, I think, if I
Yeah.
know the matchup.
you can try that. I
You
think,
didn't
but
win?
but against
In
Nico,
hallway?
against Nico, you just wanna like try to get pushed so that she doesn't have much time to poke you. I think.
Yeah.
But Maokai manages to get double crap and just free farm for.
Yeah. I
for
don't know how you got the
completely
block
free.
wrap. That was complete heist. I think.
Yeah, and then on top of that, Nocturne has to like stay on the map because he already committed to top craft, so he doesn't have time to base. He can't start stacking drakes. Then he has to do drakes without the items, and it just becomes like this annoying game where Maokai has tempo over Nocturne for the whole game. And I don't know, but it's still Team Liquid should have won that. How did they let Maokai steal Nash? What happened there? Like Maokai, I was watching it. I'm like, okay, they know Maokai doesn't have flash. They are just starting Nash, and then Maokai just walked into the pit.
I think that fight we're always aced because we don't know what Nico is.
Yeah,
Because we were still on the map after the Drake fight.
because you guys knew Maokai has no flash, no, when you just started it.
If I remember from what happened in my dream, I
Just-
think we
just
were.
woke up, can't remember.
I think we were remembering saying Maokai's no flash. We can start the Baron and we can burst it.
Oh.
And somehow Maokai got in. Maybe he has Hex Slash.
He actually didn't have hex flash. He just walked.
Oh, I mean, happens, you know.
I don't even know where he walked from. I just heard like I got Baron.
I got Baron.
And then I was like, okay, should we fucking run or what? No one was saying anything. I was like, okay, I'm gonna walk in there and I see Nico coming. I'm like, oh, shit.
Yeah, and Tristana just ulted them into it, I think.
Dude, that was crazy. Because like there was a fight before that. We're saying like, on like the banana bush arbor buff area with Nico. We're saying like, look, you have to ult someone out. Either Sari with ult on or ult out the Nico, right? So you can't kill everyone. And he's like, okay, no problem. Next fight, he just ulted Sari into me or Nico into me, and I was like, maybe not like that.
I mean, he ulted me out the next fight.
Yeah, and then the fight. But that fight, I think
I think if he didn't
that
ult
fight
the
really.
Zay,
Yeah.
That fight he shouldn't
I
go-
almost
I
died.
think you were trolling that fight. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I was
You-
expecting everyone to just
You
dash.
eat over and got Nas ulted, right? I was
Yeah.
like, oh, he's trolling.
I think I saved.
And then
You know, but like the thing is, I was expecting all of us to dive. You know, I was expecting all of us to like go on the Tristana
yeah,
set out to the point where they can't do any damage
yeah,
to
but I
me.
think this fight is all about like Nico position, right? He has no flash because he has domination on Nico
But,
for
yeah,
some
but
reason,
Nick-
not
Nick-
cosmic. So I don't know.
Domination is pretty good for laning phase at the very least. because
Nico
of the
Nico
ring
was
setup.
getting like marked hard by Nar. Like,
Yeah,
Nar,
we're
Nar was
talking about
1v9
like how
in the
we can
fight.
only lose if Nico flashes and hits everyone, right?
Yeah, but
So
to
we
be
were,
fair,
like, running
Nico
out of
managed to
trouble.
get in my opinion.
Yeah, he has
Somehow,
because of the
by
map,
God's
right?
work.
He has the mega plant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, he came straight through you guys. I think, if I remember.
Didn't he plant over the Drake pit?
Did he?
I'm
I
pretty
think
sure
he went straight through you guys. With maybe W clone.
Fact check.
Fact check. I don't actually don't remember.
I think he
I just remember getting ulted out. I was like, shit, guys, hold on.
did. Yeah.
You just mount on stage. You just go click dragon,
Yeah.
throw ult,
You go to dragon.
and you just hope. Sapling in one breath.
Blind
in the other
sapling in
breath.
every bush.
And
Guys,
you just hope
hit-
enemies
hit
run
dragon.
down.
Market ults. Can't lose the smite fight because he has Q.
That's a complete classic.
Yeah.
In scrims, no one plays Maokai. He farms slow,
For-
loses every fight stage. And go
Fist
kill-
fighting, can't win. Has to like the nano gold, what's it called? The magic damage item.
Yeah, faded ashes. Yeah.
Yeah, and the Skarner has Giants built. Or since that,
You can't fight.
we were saying like before the game 3 that if you guys played Umti, we would first pick Maokai, and if you played what's it again, Yuji, we would just ban like Viego or whatever, because he felt a bit uncomfortable. I think on stage, it looked like at least.
How much did that affect your prep? Because
We
like,
thought they would play Yuji no matter what in the
Okay.
first game at least, like no matter what, because you guys went 2-0 the week before. You stomped SR. Looked kind of good against you guys though. Side note.
Yeah, they
But yeah, we thought they would play Yuji no matter what, and then they would only play Umti if like things got bad. I think it was fine. Made sense from my point of view.
How is it like prepping with two junglers? Like, how much has it actually changed?
Did you
your
share
prep?
scrims or no?
Sorry.
Did you share scrims with them, junglers,
Yeah, we split time with them. Like
this week even?
yeah, like especially after he got his like visa approved. I think we've been splitting like time pretty like evenly. Maybe a little bit more to Yuji side because we need more like data
Yeah.
off of him. But I think their champion pools are quite different, and the way they play the game, it's like there's just two different styles, and you have to adapt to one or the other. and
Yeah,
then
yeah.
you can keep testing different games.
Don't you feel like playing two junglers is like wasting half your scrims almost? Not wasting, but like half the scrims are spent you know.
In a sense, because I think we have a lot of other issues besides that, but it is good to see like where like it's going wrong. So I think it is good to keep like swatching it, switching them out, because the other jungler gets to watch like from the back room and just see the entire map.
Yeah.
So I think they can help the next game out and see what is the hole in the map.
Yeah, we noticed. Like, I think it was T was watching all of they were showing him on camera, like watching with the team. How much has it helped having the other jungler be able to come in and give that kind of info?
I think both junglers are taking a really positive outlook to this more than like a negative, where like I think where I would be trying to like compete for my spot more than anything, I think they're trying to actively help each other. So it's very like good, I would say, in a sense.
Respect.
Yeah.
I would
very
hate the
Yeah,
other guy.
that's sick.
If it was me, I would hit the other guy and pray,
Yeah.
and pray for his downfall.
Yeah, like
I mean, even though it's kind of like messed up, like it's just
I think Umti's helping the UG especially a lot
respect.
after every game, like giving him feedback after every scrim, which is very respectful. And I do think that, especially against CFO, we learned a lot from like the six man. So I think six mans are actually like pretty useful, especially in like a fearless scenario type of series.
Yeah, that was going to be my next question, because I feel like I have my own opinions on six-man rosters just because they're so rarely, in my opinion, they're so rarely effective because of the ego thing, because you do have to balance that, right? In this case, it sounds like both junglers are taking it really, really well. How well do you two think six-man rosters can work?
I mean, I only played six-man once. It was in G2. We had Kikis and Expect as our top laners, and Kikis didn't want to do it, so he just made an ultimatum like, kick him or kick me. We're like, okay, goodbye. But like the scrim thing was like hard for him to handle, that we were like winning every game. I think we were like 6-0 at the time, and we were playing with someone else in scrims. So that's why I said the thing about ego, because that's my experience with it. I feel like it's also bad to split time with different people, because you're gonna spend time saying the same thing to the same guy, in their case especially. So I don't know, I feel like it's not great. And you can always just like, okay, they're playing Yuji, he was gonna play like, in game 3 if he was playing, he would play like Viego Nico or something. We were sure of it. Or Kha'Zix, I don't know, something like this, you know? And if it's Umti playing, he's probably gonna be playing Xin Zhao's Gone or like maybe Nocturne. So we were like, it doesn't matter too much from our perspective, right? It's not that hard to prepare for different players, I feel like. Yeah.
No, I think six-man roster works the best if it's a top lane splitting.
Yeah, like
splitting,
a hard carry guy
yeah.
versus a tank guy.
That's what I think.
So it's like CFO.
Yeah, I think CFO has
Yeah,
like the
I know
best
what I mean.
approach, that like you play 1v1. Like you just try to be more useful than the enemy top laner, basically. That's how top lane works.
I mean,
I don't think you kind of make your game plan around the top laner.
I don't know, I watched your top laner yesterday. It was a bit a bit crazy on the next one.
I mean, to be honest,
He was more useful than enemy top laner. He did his
That's for sure, yeah.
he did his job.
I mean, to be honest, I think any role can say that as well. I think mid is like very similar. Like
I mean,
mid, top. I think every role just depends on like their champion pool.
it depends how hard someone is gapped. Like I think today you felt useless because your team is too gapped. I mean, it's true. Like ADC feels bad when the other guy is just farming and your team is gapped. You can't do anything. You have 10 more CS in lane phase, you press tab, the whole game is on fire. You know? Top lane is the same. Like for a long time, like last year, it was like better ball wins every game. You know, so
Couldn't do
defending.
anything.
top lane is for sure like the most. My team wins, I win. My team loses, I lose. Role, I think.
Yeah, but sometimes the top laners make magic and they just,
Yeah.
they just carry. I have seen enough.
Speaking of, we're gonna go. How much did you two see the FlyQuest Shopify?
We were scrimming, so we watched like between games.
Yeah, I wasn't really paying attention too much. The only thing I saw was like, I saw the blast cone, and I saw the items, which everyone's like talking about.
Oh, the QSS against, that was
Yeah.
crazy. by the way.
That was crazy.
I feel like if I was you guys, I would have told the enemy team. It's too pathetic, no?
It was crazy.
Do you want to win against
But
someone?
I didn't want them to sell it. Like
It was kind of
other-
close, right? So you were like sweating a bit. I feel like I would have had like.
we were losing, and then I see other have 3 items power spike, and then they took in hip and they lost the team fight. So,
Isn't it just too
and then I
crazy?
see his QSS. I'm like, oh, now Tyre has more items than he does.
But he has hunting guys and QSS instead of like what's it called, the Sonia's thing, arm guard.
Yeah,
Crazy,
anything, anything that deals damage. And on top of that, both of these champs that bought QSSs, they like hard beat Mordekaiser in the ult. So they like hope that he ults
This
them.
Ezreal gets like life steal and
Like
AD,
I would
you know?
get it
like,
if Leona bought it and she was like, okay, I don't want to get Mordekaiser ult, and she didn't know it works. But the Azir, which like, if Morde ults him,
he would just one-shot him.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't remember, but Viber said something about how people were playing B-Boy.
Yeah.
And I
That
was
was probably
like,
the blast.
I watched the series
blast
after,
plant thing.
but he was not griefing that hard, I thought.
Yeah.
Okay, on Saya, he got killed by Renekton twice by Flash W, which is a bit embarrassing. Maybe she ult the Flash or something like that. But like, I watched Contracts play Skarner, and he was completely inting.
Yeah, I do think also in that game, I don't know why Rakan didn't rush, because like his ADC is going barrier because he's playing against Lucian Nami, and then he buys the redemption first item on Rakan Zaya
Yeah.
against Sejuani Renekton. Like,
Yeah, the guy has BT and redemption.
Sorry, what did he build?
he
He
built.
was
First?
Yuntel BT.
Oh,
Nice.
You're
yeah,
playing Saya, Rakan.
and Rakan did redemption into Mika's
Like
while playing with Zaya with barrier because they played against Lucian Nami in lane,
With
and
Ignite.
then he had Renekton Sejuani.
Ah, I see.
So that is crazy.
Like, maybe they didn't speak the same language there. I don't know what happened, but like, surely they can optimize
Lost
the
in
builds.
translation.
Maybe, I don't know.
I don't know. I feel like even without mics, you could probably like, the dots connect them.
Maybe. But they
But
didn't.
I feel like BO wasn't inting that hard.
People was usually a very stable, solid player.
Yeah, I felt so too. And I listened to like the broadcast. They were like massive gap against BO. I was like, what? Hang up. Renekton was like up 7,000 gold at some point on Cyan, and we were saying there's
Yeah.
a bot cap in this game.
Yeah, I mean, that game, like, that
Did we
was
watch this corner?
crazy gap
You
for
remember
top lane.
the Skarner? When
But,
they were,
like,
they were up like 8k gold, right?
Yeah, and he just
And
drove into
they
top
had Bear,
lane.
and he was like, into the top tower.
But you know, it was because I was on the bot wave. I was just like pushing minions,
Yeah,
and
you
I
were.
knew the game is over.
You checked
so I'm
out?
like, I might as well show bot and like hope they end because I knew like someone base, I think, from them. And I will just show bot, maybe they will run it down, and they did
It
run
was
it
just
down.
crazy. You're about to take 2 inhibs, and I see Skarner like into the tower, and then it's lost suddenly. And then he gets flamed for it.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, I thought it was just gonna be the blast plant. I didn't realize there was
What's
a
the
whole
blast
other
plant again?
layer
I don't
to.
remember this part.
Basically, he like blast planted himself. I actually
Yeah,
thought Fudge
last
had
game-
trolled
last
him,
game
and
he
then
was
when
like-
I looked
he
at it, it
misclicked the
was
blast cone and jumped
What was that?
into the Drake
and
pit.
just like immediately got
What was that game?
blown
It
out.
was a Zaya
Third
game.
game.
That's
Oh,
the only
Zaya.
thing I really saw besides like
Okay.
the dragon fight.
I mean, a lot of
Yeah.
time, like the ADC's only job is to not like die.
Yeah,
You actually don't have to do much. You watch like an LZK game. Most of the time, you just don't have to do anything. Just don't kill yourself. At any point.
How surprised were you that those games went long? Because you had just come off of kind of absolute destruction of C9.
I wouldn't say that personally, but that's okay.
into
I'll let it slide.
Game 2 was only a minute and 30 seconds shorter than both of your games combined in the best of 3. What is it about Shopify that like, because they're known for having these really like egregiously long games alongside Dignitas. Like, what is it about this team that kind of drags you into?
I don't know. I think we just had not the best drafts. I think we picked like
It's also my go-to when
Yeah.
when I play bad.
Yeah, I felt like it was hard. Like enemy plays Skarner against Zinzao, and we have like AD carry Senna that is not that great at killing tanks with Talia mid lane. It's like Senna is not really lane bully. You play Zinzao Talia, so you wanna like do something because you play against Skarner, but Senna can't really do much. Can't really set you up.
Senna versus Ezreal.
Yeah,
Here's
I
full
think so.
clear or full farming deluxe until 4 items, and then you can start doing something.
Yeah, so
Actually, I mean, he one shot the
think
zero
it's-
top.
Yeah, but he had like 200 souls at that point. No, it's like crazy.
Yeah.
and
I
and they did have Azir, and we like lost one team fight. When you lose one team fight against Azir, it's just
You press
painful.
the
Like,
tap and suddenly that's like 3
Yeah.
items and
yeah, and then you just hope he ends eventually, and that's what
Philip.
happened. And then game 3, I had to we picked like Hui, didn't ban Oriana, so we have losing mid matchup, and I have to play Sejuani against Mundo, so it's like really hard to progress the game when we play double AP against Mundo and can't really do much. So we also just farmed and hope Lucianami will carry, and it ends up that Renekton carried. So I don't know, it felt like our drafts were not really at the point where we could easily progress the game. It was more like slow game, hope not much happened, but something happened and we fall behind, and then it's just like painful. We have to go slow and hope enemy ends, and somehow we managed to win. So
TLDR bad drafts. Yeah.
Nice.
TLDR, yeah.
You just go down the list.
Are
you're
you guys still
like,
doing like
bad
the
drafts,
new deck drafts the whole
coach's
team?
fault.
Just draft the whole thing. No one says anything.
Yep.
Respectable.
What have your two teams' experiences against Shopify been? I only ask because last week on Pros, Palafox had said he actually, of the teams, felt like they had done the best against FlyQuest.
And I remember the first game was like over like 1 minute against Shopify. I don't really remember the second game, to be honest.
Yeah, but I watched that game and Poppy walks into enemy jungle
Yeah.
and enemy team just decides to not click her. I was like, What does this Poppy
It was
do?
kind of
Like,
crazy how Poppy was like hitting their jungler, and you were farming every minion for free and pushing.
Yeah.
I mean,
And
I
also, I
was.
wasn't getting XP either.
Yeah.
I mean,
So what was he doing?
I mean,
No,
Did you know?
Kaisa-
and
'Cause I don't know.
Poppy stopped the blue buff and survived and went bot and
Yeah,
won bot.
and chunked
Yeah.
him.
I mean, I'm watching the Kaisa as well, and I was just saying like, yo, this guy doesn't know what he's doing. He's too busy. Like,
You know, that's
I think in the communication they're saying, I need help, and then Kaisa's like walking back and forth. I'm like,
yeah. He's like walking back and forth, like, my minions.
my minions. Oh, I'm gonna help
That's
them.
why I was on the ramp today in the first game.
Same thing.
We were like,
Oh,
we cannot let Picasso
minions.
invade our jungle level 1. That's like, yeah, say no more. I'll be there no matter what. I think I could have killed him if I flashed on him, but I wasn't sure if it was worth it. And then he gets away, and my melees are gone now. That was like so terrible. But we were hoping it would pay off a jungle. But you guys have priors, you can just take our camps back. I don't know if that was like
I mean,
what should have happened, but you see that first game?
Yeah.
You remember the jungle thing?
I think you should probably just not care about your jungler. Just like stay bot because your jungler already
That's-
decided
that's
to
what
go
I
top.
that's what happened.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
Oh.
I mean that.
is that not what happened?
No, but they were trying to defend
were
the,
like,
the
Ah,
outpost.
really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
and
think
then you just lost
I
melee.
think we can just hit him one time and he'll probably like leave. He'll be like,
He might get scared. Yeah.
yeah, like just hit him one time and I'll be like, we can go back bot fast. But we thought we could maybe kill him.
Yeah.
And I think even
I mean,
if
if you
we,
get the kill, it's worth. But I don't know. Maybe you could get killed with your champs.
I
Like
think
you
so
have
too. I think if I
Real
kept moving
Varus.
forward and I healed
Yeah.
for move speed and stuff, we could kill him. But either go full commit or just chunk him a little bit and then run back to bot lane and get XP in time. I think
Yeah.
that'll be fine.
Yeah,
But
but
losing 3 melees, it's like it's
Yeah.
over for my whole lane phase.
it
now.
also depends on the champion jungler. Right? Nafiri is like even when she's 1 HP, she's gonna heal up.
Yeah.
Like some champs can't really clear that easily.
Yeah.
Like some champs, if you chunk her there, she will go back to the jungle and she can't really invade again.
Yeah.
But like Nafiri is gonna be full back.
I mean, the nail in the coffin was just getting chunked as well. It was
Yeah.
like,
Like on the way back through tribers. Like
Yeah,
if
I
you
mean, I have
play
to go that way, you know?
if you play against some noob bot lanes, like they will not try to hit you, but like
Yeah, I mean, obviously, my opponents can't be this bad, right? Like,
they will just go to tribers quickly, like fuck you to 1 HP.
I was
and
thinking
then-
like I was thinking about flashing my count W and just healing past the enemy agency. But
comments.
yeah, because at some
Yeah.
point you have to do the same, no? You can't keep hitting me.
I mean, I think
But
Jin
you
is.
have the other path. So
Yeah, I think Jin is a bit stronger though.
Yeah.
At level 1
Yeah,
all in.
yeah, then Varus.
I always think that
Yeah.
like invading on red side on the blue chickens is risky as ball lane because if you can't go back the short path, it's really really bad for your lane. Even if you get like one camp in jungle, it's not always worth it.
Yeah.
And some champs can still flip it, even if you're there. So I'm not sure, but I was like, fuck it, let's just hit this guy a little bit.
Let's hope jungle carries.
I mean, it was kind of like make the rookie guy uncomfortable as well.
yeah.
Like sometimes you just target the not the worst player, but the guy who's most likely to like choke under pressure or like feel the heat a bit.
Yeah.
Which I think kind of happened in game 2 as well. He was playing Xin Zhao as the only like front line or engaged champ. It looked like he was at least trying to make space too hard. So
Yeah,
we were like
I mean-
just targeting him a bit.
He doesn't seem like a very hot-headed player or anything as well. He's
Huh?
very like he's very like calm and very like
I mean, I don't know him. So.
yeah. I mean, like I don't know if he's like any downfall in like personality-wise for that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
He's like his voice is just so smooth. Like he's just yeah. I got this.
But I think every player, like when they fall behind in the game, they will not like be as useful when they are like driving the game. Like
Yeah, of
some-
course.
Like so, it's like
But some people, like
Yeah.
they
some
handle it
people
better
are
than
like
others. Yeah.
really
If I
bad
lose-
if they're behind. Like,
Yeah. And someone like Peanut loses camp, no problem, guys.
that's true.
It's not a big deal, guys.
He's an expert.
I've been here before.
he's used to it.
Yeah.
Going back to just because Shopify going up against 100 Thieves. Surely we have to get 4 games, right?
Yeah, I think so.
I don't know.
I can't remember last time Hanatis played someone. Who did they play last time?
They
they
destroyed
knocked out
Disguise.
TSG.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, rest in peace to them.
I don't know honestly who's gonna win. I think 100 Thieves is gonna win, but
I think so too.
Well, there's no way they can. I mean, I guess there's always a way.
I don't know. SR's not bad, I think.
Oh,
But
sorry.
they
I
just
thought
have
we were
like.
talking about TSG. My bad.
Oh. No, I think SR has like an uncanny ability to always lose when they're ahead.
yeah,
It's like kind of like a tactical feeling,
that's how it felt. Yeah, playing against them, like it's not over until it's actually over.
Yeah. Doctor Strange.
exactly. No, yeah.
They find the one scenario where they lose.
Yeah.
But they're not bad in our scrims as well. They have like, I'd say like average to good like team cohesion.
Mhm.
They're usually on the same page with their plays. They made some good plays against you guys too, like with TPs and stuff.
Yeah.
In the last year game, you got like Bob Wave against Talia that one time in TP top.
Yeah, that was
They made some-
good. Like we couldn't really do anything after.
Yeah, you don't know what they are, so
Yeah.
he got Bob Wave for free and TP top, and they have some good like early mid-game plays, but I think the individuals sometimes make big mistakes. Usually Bieber is very like, he's usually the guy that never loses their team the game, so he had kind of a bad day, I think. I'm not sure what you think about him, but
He was a very solid player. I think
feel
he's. I feel like he was like a little bit more of a god last year, in terms of like
Yeah.
champion skill.
reasonable.
I think their support's actually pretty solid as well. Like he's kind of impressed me a little bit more. I was not expecting. Where is he from? He's from Latin America, right? Or am I thinking about the wrong support?
Seos?
Seos.
He's
Yeah.
Argentina, right?
Oh,
Yeah,
he's from
he's
Brazil.
Brazilian.
He's
Oh,
from
sorry, he's
Brazil.
Brazil. It was
Okay,
Lions is
Argentina.
the other one. Sorry.
Okay, yeah.
I think their ball lane's like pretty solid. Just like I don't think they will actually like do poorly,
Yeah, I agree.
especially against 100 Thieves. I think it'll be like somewhat even. Because I think both ball lanes are just.
I feel like Bieber is more of a don't lose your team the game, but always be solid guy. While FBI is more of a, play OP lane champs and be head in lane.
Yeah,
I mean,
pick Kalista,
I mean,
Caitlyn.
he's good
Yeah.
on like Caitlyn
Varus.
and Kalista, Varus, like these kind of champs, and not as good at like Ezreal or I don't know Kaisa or something, Tristana, whatever, Zven, Jhin.
I think it's gonna be mid jungle gap maybe. Like,
Yeah, I
think,
think Thieves mid jungle is also better.
I think River and Quid usually play really well. So
Yeah, I agree with that.
I fully expect bot lane to be just 10 CS a minute from both teams, probably.
just farming.
yeah.
I don't know. I feel like
You don't think so?
Thieves. Well, at least FBI is pretty decent these days. The meta is good for him as well. Or it's getting a bit worse now.
I mean, he's a Senna.
Huh?
Senna.
Yeah, but I don't know. Like,
Yeah.
Senna is like I don't know if it's OP or not. I couldn't really figure
I
it out.
really don't know either.
I mean,
like
yeah.
some games
It's
it
quite
looks
so
OP.
It depends, I think.
Like they started
It's-
picking LCK as well. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's useless. Like
Yeah.
I don't know.
It just depends on the enemy team.
But
But her
yeah.
range is like giga long, so it's like
Yeah, I
if
mean,
you
yeah.
can't kill her, it's like you're gonna lose the game.
Yeah, I
If
mean,
you can't end
it's
the
played
game.
in every series almost, right? At some point, but it doesn't feel like it's doing anything in a lot
Yeah.
of the games. You're just there, right?
You're just there, and if the game goes long, you're gonna be useful.
Yeah.
yeah.
Pretty much.
But it's not like you are the carry. That like
It just-
okay, just farm. Senna is gonna carry late the game. Like it's not
yeah.
like that.
It's not like a clock like Smolder, you know.
Yeah.
But also feels like it's so bad in swap games. You can't kill minions. You can't kill towers. Can't kill tanks. Can't dive people. You don't have any damage. Like no burst. So it feels like if you get pushed in one time, you want to go into the bush, you can't do anything about it.
Her ulti is nice when your team is like diving into
Yeah,
enemies. and
yeah.
they're
Just buy
CC, but like,
Ambassa or something.
like do you rather have Senna then or just Jhin? Like
You
Jhin,
have Ziggs.
yeah, you can have
o-
Ziggs.
over the top, you know.
I feel like Jhin is just like stronger in lane, more damage, better CC.
I mean, Senna is just straight up just a scaling like weak lane.
Yeah.
And hopefully you just get to 4 items, 200 souls.
It feels better when you can play against something where you can just ego on them, like a champ that can't fight back, like Rakan or Rel or something, like you can, or range supports like Bard. But against like Leona or something that can hit you and you can't do anything about it, it's kind of scary. You don't get a lot of souls.
I mean, it's also a plus that topside champions are really strong right now. So if you pair them with Senna, it's not the worst
Yeah.
thing in the world.
It's
Maybe
true.
you get dove, but like it is what it is.
Yeah, I feel like just the minion thing is the biggest problem with Senna. You can't kill minions until you have stack shift, and even then you're still slow on mid waves and stuff like this. You don't beat like, even against Tristana, like the Genji game, you can't kill minions faster than he can. He 1v1s you, so you have to always have people mid on every wave. It feels hard to play sometimes.
In terms of having to, because FBI said something interesting about how he really didn't like having to wait a week because he felt like, especially with 100 Thieves, we've all heard and discussed their scrims, that they were so much better on stage. How much do you think that affects? Because you two don't play until for
2 weeks,
2
yeah.
weeks. You're gonna play Dignitas next week, and we're gonna get into that matchup
Often.
next. But
Hopefully.
like how much does that
Hopefully.
affect? Like, is it good or bad? I guess, or does it depend on the
I
team?
don't mind it. I've tried it before. I feel like if you have 2 weeks, you usually have like a couple days where you're trying, some random shit in scrims. I mean, you have like all teams have like weaknesses, right? Like champs they don't play. You have like a week now to try those champs maybe. Like for example, like TL doesn't play Yeon or Gwen, right? They could maybe try those champs and they had an extra week, or they could like figure out a champ to play against it, or like these kind of things. We have some champs too that we want to play and practice for the next couple of days, and then if it doesn't work, we're like back to the same old, So I think it's like good to have an extra week to prepare. But also some teams are better at preparing for other teams than others, so yeah, it depends.
Yeah, I don't really like the break. Like 1 week break, like it doesn't really feel that good. I would rather play every weekend.
Yeah, I mean I agree, but
I mean, our team I think does well with 1 week breaks more than 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I think we actually prefer like 1 week over like 3 days because we just get to practice new things.
Yeah.
Like you said, we just get to practice like 2 or 3 days first of like Monday, Tuesday, like maybe sometimes Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday of like practicing comps, and then like the last 2 days we'll probably just play our comps that we're actually gonna play.
Yeah, I think so too.
It was good for us at least.
This is the first time that we're gonna have a patch change in playoffs, and
playoffs,
you
yeah.
actually are gonna be one of the first teams to
Yeah.
deal with that. How much does that affect, or is it just like, because we've been for the past 2 years now doing like first to patch, like we just play live, right? So that does that affect your preparation at all, or is it just like a normal week?
I mean, like I kind of read it and I was like, why are they changing it in the middle of playoffs? I was like, what? What is this?
Yeah, that's a bit weird.
I didn't really understand it, but I haven't really read the patch notes
It's
exactly.
not too big, I think.
It's not
It's
too
like
big?
small things.
All I know is that
Smolder
they're
a little
nerfing
bit.
my Smolder and Lucian, so like I was like,
Smolder's
giga
like-
cringe.
Small nerf is like health regen, super
did
irrelevant,
nothing.
and 2 armor.
But they're
I think.
buffing you to Twitch,
I mean,
which is like,
like
so.
I don't even
crazy.
think the Smolder nerfs
No, it
too
doesn't
much.
matter.
Like I think they buffed him too many times, like
Yeah,
previously,
agree.
so like it's whatever.
It's just 2 armor anyway.
The Lucian nerf kind of feels bad.
Yeah, because now you have to max E again.
Maybe.
They nerf his E cooldown, or
Yeah, by 2 seconds.
By 2 seconds, yeah.
I
They just
think.
reverted the buff,
Is it-
which I
Yeah.
thought they were gonna do
No,
with
it's
Smolder.
half, right?
I think it was
Is it?
4 seconds the buff.
Yeah, the buff was 4 seconds, and
Is
now
it?
it's
I
2
see.
seconds. So
I didn't
I
really
think
read it.
people will just max E again, probably, to get back to the same thing.
I mean, I've been doing half. My
But, like-
habit is too much on E, so
I
I've been maxing E sometimes
Everyone
anyways.
maxes W on second illusion, but it doesn't really feel like it matters. It's nice to have like minions and like move speed, but like, bro, the damage is irrelevant. In
The thing is,
every
you
fight.
also don't need the E as well. Like
Yeah,
it was like what 1 second at most that it gave.
yeah.
Like
Depends what you build as well. If you're playing like the Navoy build, then it doesn't matter at all. Like,
How
I
much?
guess.
How much does that affect draft prep and fearless? Since you only can play it once.
Sorry, like the
Yeah, like any sort of patch change. Just curious.
I didn't really read the patch notes at all, so I actually don't know much
No,
about it.
not with this specific patch, but just like
Oh.
looking at patch changes in fearless, where you're only going to be playing it one time.
Don't think fearless matters, no?
Yeah, I think it
Yeah.
just depends if you can actually use the champion or not.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think most of the changes don't actually end up mattering too much for next week. But it is kind of annoying if you're playing next week that the patch is different.
If it was a big one, for sure.
But I also hate when, like in the past, when you played in playoffs, you're going to like the second or third round, and the solo queue patch is different than your scrim patch.
Yeah.
That's honestly like even worse, because then you're playing like a champ that has more damage in scrims or less damage in scrims, and it feels like, oh, this is like horrible for my solo queue games, you know.
Yeah,
Not to ban Smolder every scrim or every stage solo queue game because like it's different, you know. So
I mean, I find it acceptable for me at least because Worlds is always like that. It's like a
Yeah.
completely different
It's
game.
also
so
annoying,
like-
that's
yeah,
hell
it's
yeah.
also annoying, but there's nothing you can do. I think.
Yeah.
About it, unless
it's just nice
they
for
change
solo
it.
queue. I feel like
Yeah, I agree.
you're playing a lot of games, that the game is the same.
Going up against Dignitas. How you feeling?
I heard there's some good scrims against FlyQuest yesterday.
Actually, 2 days ago, yeah.
Oh, 2 days ago.
It was pretty
To
fun.
be honest, I don't really know what I could say that's not like vanilla boring, but like I don't know. Hopefully we beat them.
Just say it's off day, bro.
Off day.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
It's just off the
You'll take care of it, no?
we'll see.
You'll take your hands, the match into your own hands. Yeah.
Hopefully we win.
How much do you guys think Dignitas have improved?
They did improve for sure. I think, especially Shaden. I think at the beginning of the season, I think he was playing pretty bad, but now he's actually doing stuff, or like he's solid in the games. So I think Dig as a team is playing like slightly better than they were at the beginning. I think teams like Lions, for example, they didn't really improve much, and they're now eliminated. And the opposite to Dignitas, like at the beginning of the season, I thought they are the worst team in the league, and now they somehow managed to not be the worst. So
I can agree to that.
I think their bot's solid. I thought at first that Keeney was pretty good in the first split. Didn't play that well this split, I feel like. I can't really feel his presence in the game like I could in spring or the first split. Their bot's solid. Topside was really bad at first.
yeah,
It's like every game was like black hole on topside.
yeah,
And
that's
then,
how
like
it felt
your
at
game
the
against
beginning.
them when you played them last 2 weeks ago, whatever it was, the nearly game. The whole game was over in 6 minutes.
Yeah,
Because of top lane only.
just because of top lane. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're going 100 Thieves and TO.
Hopefully.
Hopefully.
You never
Don't
know.
want to jinx it.
Anything can happen.
I was like,
Lower
this is
bracket
solid.
run?
Like,
Yeah.
what were you saying today in the third game?
I was not losing my mind, but
You're
it's just
typing
random.
something really crazy, like about ninja something.
It's just something stupid I've been typing in scrims. This is nothing.
I was
Don't worry
like,
about it. Don't worry about
they
it.
thought
It's
you were
just-
tilted after game 2.
No, it's
We're
just something
thinking
stupid
about
I've been typing in
drafting
scrims.
for you being tilted. Because you were S-keying on Smolder
I was
in
like,
mid.
oh, this game is completely lost. Can we go next?
Real though.
And then we're thinking like, this guy's gonna want to play something that can carry now, like Lucian or something. That's just
What did I
bad
play?
Lucian. And
What did I play? Zeri. Oh, I
Yeah.
see. I mean,
I was thinking like, this guy's not gonna play any more Jin or Ashe at this point. He's
Jin is the carry champion. I like
Give me
Jin.
FlyQuest maybe.
I like Jin.
Yeah, Jin's a good champ. It scales and it's just solid in lane and stuff.
And if you hit ults, like, bro,
Yeah, I mean,
that
there's
is
damage,
crazy.
yeah. But it is still Mr. U, you know.
He is there.
Like sometimes you are just really useful.
You might run out of ammo 5 times
Some
before you
guy
kill him.
has stabbies, you don't do damage.
I'm confident if I went to 6 items, I would have been able to carry that game.
What was that game? Bars.
If I got to 6 items.
Yeah, against the Seer you can carry, I think. Maybe if he DCs.
Shit.
You think you can carry against a Seer as Jin?
Like, maybe I have a fucking tap and he's
I think
dead.
if a Seer had 1 goal of Jin, you won't even hit him one time before he like, you know.
I mean, in the dragon fight, he like jabbed me twice. I'm like, oh, guys, hold on. It hurts. Hold up.
Yeah, that champ is really skilled. And
Yeah,
really
very
balanced.
skilled, very
Guys,
skilled.
he used WQ on me.
I think we should buff Nash's Tooth a bit more.
Yeah.
I
think it
love
needs to
when
be
like
cheaper,
he has Nash's Tooth at like 7 minutes.
yeah. 7 minutes.
Yeah. Nothing else in the inventory. And just no mana, no CDR, nothing.
Yeah.
It's fine.
And he one shots.
Yeah. A dash, scaling, CZ, engage, disengage. Yeah.
I can't go on him, he will loot me away. I can't walk up, he will
But
loot
if
me
you,
in.
if you don't go on him, then
Yeah, nice jump.
All right.
season 15.
Last question. We'll let you guys go home. If we're accepting TL and 100 are the favorites, what do Shopify and Dig have to do to beat them?
Pray to God.
That's what you say. You're coaching the team. You
There's
go
nothing,
in, you're like,
nothing
"Pray to
wrong with
God."
admitting that you're worse than the other team going to a series. Like having to understand that you might play a bad draft, but have to do something specific to win. Not too bad, I think.
Yeah, I think they have to get lucky and play. Just try to predict what they're gonna pick. I think they beat Lions because they played this Olaf jungle into Annie comp,
Mhm.
and they won. Maybe
Yeah.
they can do
Be a
something
bit-
similar.
Be a bit creative.
I mean, they do play a lot of champs. I think on every role. So
Our Thieves can lose to anyone on a bad day.
yeah,
They're a bit freaky with it sometimes. They might fight you down 2k gold and just flip it or something.
Yeah.
It's possible. Yeah.
And then for Shopify, start with you.
Who are they against again?
100 Thieves.
100 Thieves. I mean, pray. Honestly, I mean, both teams are not that bad as well. I think
feel like
Shopify is.
can lose.
Yeah.
To SR. They can tell us I will not put my money on them.
Like,
personally.
honestly, it's just.
it's
I don't know about your money, but
it's still Dignitas. Like they will find a way.
I mean, 100 Thieves is always just very good at team fighting, but if they lose a team fight or like are losing early game, they're probably gonna just keep downward spiraling. But if they play well early, I think they'll just clean out the game pretty cleanly.
SR or
100 Thieves.
yeah, I think so too. I think if Dig gets ahead, they can always lose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They can always find
We
a
know
way.
that, yeah.
Yeah, they're like the original Doctor Strange from us at least. We named them that after we scrimmed them a couple times.
And
and
that's very accurate.
no matter how much goal you're down, no matter who says guys can be FF, like no, they can still we can still win in scrims. Like someone's like, guys, this is over, you can't win. No, trust me,
Trust me, and
we can still win.
What about your rematch?
I don't know. We'll see.
Not as fast this time.
I mean, I'm obviously coping, right? But I thought our game against FlyQuest, the first one, was like we were winning up until we weren't. Then we got stomped, right? I mean, obviously, if you walk to the dragon, think you can win, and you don't win, the game is screwed.
Mhm.
And then we came back for more, like a cope second contest, round 2,
Yeah.
and then it was over. I think second game, we should have banned Silas in 4-5. We're kind of like egoing that one into Sinsao Ari.
Yeah.
So, and then we started Dragon after we used Ari ult and Ari's flash. And then you walked up and
Yeah, I do think that both games were kind of dominated. Like,
yeah.
it's not like we did anything special.
Yeah, like I felt like we were in a good position in both games at some point, and then we just handed it over to you guys. So it'll be a banger, I think. But FlyQuest is the only team that consistently beats us in scrims. They kind of like run us a bit in scrims.
Happens, yeah. Sometimes even the coaches run you.
Yeah, that was not a good week for us.
Hmm?
But
Wait, what?
What
happened?
happened?
don't worry about it.
I mean, we were
FlyQuest
trying out Nuke Duck.
FlyQuest had like Ko had like a medical appointment or something,
Yeah.
and then Nuke subbed in, played some tanks. Like he was playing like Galio and Annie only.
And listen mid.
Okay, but that
Oh my god.
that game we were trolling though.
Okay,
We were playing Draven Warwick.
but still won. we were playing
We
Lee
lost to
Sin mid.
Mitty and Nuke like one game in scrims.
Warwick is Nuktuk?
No,
Huh?
no.
Warwick-
Like, we were playing against FlyQuest, right? It was like game 5, and we were all like completely tilted. we had like this game before, on top of how we need Prio in both side lanes. So we were like, okay, we just get Prio. Pick me Draven, and we picked Warwick Draven 2-3.
Yeah, Warwick top, Draven bot.
And we had Prio on both lanes to see how OP it was.
Yeah, but we had mid prior with Lee Sin. So we won.
Warwick is Nuktuk? In solo
no,
queue?
he was playing Annie. No, at least mid.
Mid
yeah,
Lee
yeah,
Sin.
yeah, he was playing
Yeah.
Lee Sin.
What rank is he like in solo queue?
Oh, I think he's Masters now. He's climbing. He said he's soon Grandmaster.
I mean, Nuke was playing like Champions Q in last year, but Mitty was a bit on the low side.
He was queuing people as Leon.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, he walked to my chickens level 4 and fought to the death.
Yeah.
But yeah, like FlyQuest kind of runs us in scrims. They're a bit more disciplined, I think, in scrims than we are.
Yeah, some games.
Yeah,
Maybe.
I mean, Inspired's always disciplined, of course. His teammates might run it down, but
I'll be farming.
yeah, you'll be on the camps no matter what. The funny thing is, we'll probably play you guys again
What do you mean?
in finals.
Oh.
What? Whoa, what?
No comment. No comment.
Oh,
We'll see.
We'll see.
We'll see. We'll end it there. Thank you so much, guys, for taking time to stick around.
Yeah, of course.
Thank you
you.
for watching Pros on YouTube, or if you're listening on Spotify, Apple Music, or wherever you get your podcasts. We'll see you next week.